Welcome everybody to McDonald's Mackay Basketball Stadium in Mackay, Queensland for Game 2 of the Men's QBL Grand Final Series between the Mackay Meteors and the Townsville Heat. I'm John Guarna, and I'm joined tonight by Dave Derwin. Dave, Townsville won a big game last night. Game 1, they took out Mackay on their home court. Huge win for Townsville and an opportunity to close out the series tonight. Yeah, big statement last night. Obviously, Sean Bruce with the big injury after about 6 minutes of action was devastating for the Mackay faithful. But Townsville did a great job. They came in, they did what they needed to do and got the win. Yeah, Townsville was fantastic defensively last night. I had an opportunity to catch up with head coach Rod Anderson of the Townsville Heat. Let's have a listen to what Rod had to say. The Townsville Heat head coach Rod Anderson. Rod, Game 2 tonight, you guys can wrap it up. How's the team feeling heading into the big matchup? Yeah, really focused on just one more win we have to get. Obviously Mackay aren't just going to give it to us. We have to make sure we go out and take it. So the same energy and effort we came out with last night, we've got to start again tonight. It's going to be really tough. Mackay are still a really talented team, so we just have to try and get it. Put every effort forward to go and get it tonight, finish it in 2. I know you watched the game film from the game last night. Yep. What did you take out of it, and what do you think the team needs to do to get another win tonight? Yeah, obviously Mackay will try a couple of different things. They'll probably zone us a little bit more than they did last night, so we're ready for that. Again, up for us defensively, it's a really big focus to get stops and finish it off with a rebound. So, finish every possession with a board. And then if we can run it back at them a little bit quicker, they've got a couple of tied legs there, so if we can get some easy baskets in transition, that comes from guys like Ethan Betts, Josh Wiltshire again pushing it forward, so that's the plan. All right, Rod, well, best of luck tonight. Thanks for giving us a couple minutes before the big game. Yep, no problems. All right, that was Townsville Heat head coach Rod Anderson. Coach Anderson was really happy with the Townsville defensive effort last night, Dave. That's going to be another key for tonight if Townsville wants to wrap this series up in 2. Yeah, they simply can't rest on their laurels. They had a really good game plan last night defensively, deflections, getting stops, building pressure. They did a great job. If they take it easy tonight, they're going to find themselves playing tomorrow. So this Mackay team has championship experience and pedigree. They know what they need to do. Yeah, they're down, but they had to, they made the adjustment. They now know Bruce is gone, so now it's a bit different to last night where there's the whole psyche of is he coming back and how bad is my mate injured and all that sort of stuff. Now they know if it's up to me, it is up to me in order to help us get the win tonight. So, equally I think as long as Townsville focus and good sub management and clock management from Anderson and Vanderjack around balancing the emotions of the guys, ins and out of the flow of the game is going to be really important tonight. All right, well, we also had a chance to catch up with head coach and forward for the Mackay Meteors, Cam Tragar. Here's what Cam had to say. With Mackay Meteors head coach Cam Tragar, Game 2, win or go home, Cam. How's the team feeling?
Oh, we feel really good. We watched the tape, dissected a lot of our errors. We did a lot of silly things that isn't us as a group. Obviously, losing a piece like Brucey so early in the piece sort of reset a lot of things. We tried to make some adjustments on the fly, but didn't quite get there. We need to rebound a lot better tonight and push the ball if we're to have a chance in this one.
So keys to the game for Mackay, obviously rebounding. How is the preparation though? Now going into tonight you don't have Bruce.
Yeah, it's good. I accept plenty of the blame last night for the loss. I think we rolled out a similar game plan to whether we had Sean there, and that's just not the case. He does a lot of heavy lifting for us. Guys you'll see tonight go back to their natural positions. It'll be a real strength by committee to cover what Brucey brings for us, rather than one guy go in and try and be Bruce. So we certainly made a few errors there on my part, but we'll junk it up tonight and have a red hot crack.
All right, Cam, thanks so much for talking to us, and best of luck for Game 2 tonight.
Thanks a lot, guys.
That was Mackay Meteors head coach Cam Tragar. In that conversation with Cam, he took a lot of the blame for the management last night and the performance of the Mackay Meteors. How much of the performance do you put down to Coach Tragar?
Well, it's really tough, obviously, in that captain-coach role where you need to play and you're still a critical member of the team, and you need to you need to obviously make the substitutions. And having done that similar role with Jason Cameron a few years ago, it is a fine line between the playing and the coaching. So I think he's, like all good leaders, he took the blame for it, but in reality, he did what he needed to do as far as his production. It's other guys on the team, on Mackay, really need to step up tonight if they're going to continue this grand final series.
It was an interesting one, Dave. Big matchup tonight. I don't know what to expect out of Mackay. What are you expecting to see from the Meteors tonight?
Well, I hope I see a bit more fight, a bit more tenacity. I think they were a little bit, I guess, anxious maybe last night, a little nervous, and it showed. They need to make a few corrections tonight, I think, and that is, obviously they need to establish Walker more. Like we talked in that third quarter, that simple cross screens, get him in the block, go to work. No one can guard him on the Heat roster if he's around that close to the rim. So they need Walker to get going. They need to establish some more points in the paint. I think they need to target Baker and go at him, get him in foul trouble. We've seen him play a few times, and the Heat are a different beast when Baker isn't in their roster, holding up that defensive back line.
All right, we're just going to take a breather and pause for the national anthem. A beautiful rendition of the Australian national anthem there. Dave, pretty inspirational stuff. We were talking about the keys for Mackay. What are your keys for Townsville to wrap things up tonight?
Well, I have a pretty simple sentence I wrote. I wrote about 6 or 7 dot points for Mackay, but for Townsville, it's a little bit simpler. They need to bring the same energy they have, and obviously we've called them the last 2 weeks now. Their first quarters have been great intensity, getting their hands up, being active in defense, getting deflections. We talked a little bit with Coach Anderson after the game about his deflection numbers were on point, which was great for him. They got turnovers. They created turnovers and got steals, and they pushed the ball better last night as well. So really, that's as good as Townsville will get. They had a fantastic game last night. They really executed well offensively and defensively. So as long as they can replicate that, they're happy days.
What are your key matchups for the teams? I know you mentioned Baker, and talking off air, Baker had a great start to the game. You look at it statistically, he didn't have his highest scoring output of his season, but he did a great job defensively and on the glass. But you think if Mackay can get him into foul trouble, they could really force Townsville's hand?
Yeah, they can, and I think we called a Spartans Heat game about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Baker was in foul trouble, and the Heat looked really shaky. So I think if they can try and establish, if they can really look to go at Baker hard, get him in foul trouble, get him out of the game, that'll really help the Meteors, especially as I think equally they need to establish themselves in the paint, get guys like Harvey and Trigger going, getting simple buckets, and then Diop can do his thing, chipping in with moving around, high post, short corners, hitting those jimmies, which you know he can.
And so if you're Mackay, you can't replace Sean Bruce, but who do you think has to step up for Mackay in this game tonight?
Well, I think certainly Gange and Gamblin at that 1 are going to get a lot more minutes, and probably Blackaves as well. So what they need out of that though is they need someone who can be dependable, move the ball, and Chris Eder probably has the greenest light in his career tonight in order to get the Meteors into Game 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, well, you don't have to give Chris too much space to get his shot off. And for Townsville, your key player, obviously, Wiltshire has been on fire the last four or 5 weeks.
Well, actually, I disagree. I think if they can get another good game out of PC, that's probably the most critical thing for the Heat. I think Wiltshire and Baker are going to get theirs. But if PC can give you another 17-point game, they're going to be in a really good position, especially considering they've lost Josh Spears, who would often spell PC and give them a good three-man at that spot and give them some points. So I think PC is really critical if they can have the same success they did last night.
All right, we're getting set for the tip here. Sorry about that, Dave. I had Dan George on the call. Dan and Regan are calling the women's game. My graphic didn't update, but I think I got it sorted now. But it is Dave Derwin and John Guarna presenting this game to you here tonight for Live Sport Australia and Nothing But Net Media. It could be the final game of the QBL Men's competition tonight if Townsville can get the win. This Mackay crowd, Dave, is another impressive crowd after a really great atmosphere last night.
Well, and I hope they don't wait until mid-third quarter to wake up like they did last night. Again, I really want to see a rockin' crater and see if the Meteors crowd can get them home to a win tonight.
Oh, they're going to need every bit of everyone's energy here. You see Mitch Gamblin's going to get the starting assignment with Chris Cedar, TJ Diop, Lucas Walker, and Cam Trigar for the Mackay Meteors. And for Townsville, you got Matt Reese, Peter Crawford, Justin Baker, Jamel Anderson, and Josh Wiltshire. Dave, I asked you last night your quick prediction before we get the tip-off.
You're killing me. And I've been wrong. I've been wrong a lot lately. so I think basketball's the winner here, Johnny. I mean,
all right. Well,
I've clearly given you no decent analysis to pick a winner, so I won't pick one.
And you see Anderson matching up with Cedar right away. They go to Trigar in the block. Fadeaway jump shot from Cam is short.
Yeah, well, no one on the glass early. First possession is disappointing for the Meteors. Obviously, trying to establish Trigar in the block is a great option, but Diop and Walker really need to crash the glass. They need the energy.
Reese has it now. Pass is tipped by Cedar. Reese recovers with 5 on the shot clock. Crawford has it now, working on Walker. Step back 3 is up. It's off. Reese saves it. Wiltshire recovers, and layup is good. Good hustle there by Reese.
I was talking to Coach Vanderjack as well before the game, and they love the energy that the Townsville bench gives them, and a lot of young kids, and I think they brought about 47 people on the bench tonight.
Walker leaves his feet, finds Gamblin, 3-pointers up and strong. Trigar can't keep it inbounds though, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with Townsville. Wiltshire's teardrop is good. Josh Wiltshire's got 4, and the Heat are up 4-0.
Yeah, good start early for Wiltshire. And, we talked to Cameron Trigar before the game, and he did talk about creating more of those opportunities for Wiltshire. So, again, taking away the 3 and letting him shoot against the contested big guys of Mackay.
Walker missed one. Crawford fires a 3. That's short. Reese tips it. Cedar recovers. Gamblin's pass is stolen by Wiltshire. Got to cut those turnovers down. Anderson's 3 is up. That's too strong. Goes out of bounds. Pretty frenetic pace to start the game.
Yeah, both teams, obviously, it's really important to try and establish yourself early. Mackay needs to get some confidence going. And equally, Townsville needs to just relax a bit and get through their stuff, just like they did last night.
Another missed shot there for Mackay. Baker gets the defensive rebound. So Macktown getting some good opportunities. They haven't been able to convert just yet, though, Dave.
No, and I'd just like to see it a bit more inside out again, where I think you can get.
Foul called on the battle for the rebound. That's going to go against Jamel Anderson. That's the first team foul.
I think you can get Walker jump shots anytime. I want to see points. I want to see free throws as well. They really need to put Townsville under the pressure, which they didn't do very well last night.
And Walker has been aggressive early. It looked like Mackay's come out with better energy than they did last night, for sure, Dave.
Yeah. Well, they only had 9 free throws last night, Johnny. I think that's a key figure that they need to clean up. Better action from Diop.
Yeah, just put the hook shot up a bit too short. Now Wilcher's jump shot, that's good as well. Josh Wilcher has all 6 points in the game, and Townsville's up by 6. Cedar leaves his feet, finds Gamblin. Now Trigar has it. Good footwork there by Cam Trigar, puts Mackay on the board. 6-2 the lead now, 6:30 to go in the first. Deep three is off by Baker. Job comes up with the defensive rebound. Here's Walker with it, thinks about a three, picks up his dribble and gets it out to Cedar. Cedar through the contact, gets it to fall. Got to be happy with that for Mackay. Cedar getting into the rim. Baker's pass is tipped, and then Baker going to get called for the professional foul.
Great energy from Cedar again. He was super last night, getting the deflections, and gets the Mackay crowd pumped up. And the intentional foul from Baker, obviously grabbing at him when he had an open lap ahead.
A good call there by the referee, and I don't mind that foul there from Baker. He's trying to set the tone, doesn't want to give up any easy buckets early. Cedar hits the first.
Yeah, good sign as well from Cedar, Johnny, too. See the ball going through the rim, just simple foul shots. And that's, I really think if they can try and get, 20 plus foul shots tonight, that'll be a really super effort. And that'll be ensuring that they are getting points in the paint and putting Townsville under pressure, which is something that they didn't really do last night.
Yeah, they're going to need Chris Cedar to have another big night. He had a great game. You're going to give Anderson a warning, not giving Chris enough space on the sideline there to inbounds. Trigar puts it on the deck, has it stolen by Wilcher. Stop and pop from Josh Wilcher, that's good. Dave, he's got the Jimmy going here. He's got all 8 for Townsville.
Yeah, not a good sign for Mackay fans. I think that's 4 of 4 as well, Johnny. The live stats don't seem to be working at the moment, but that's a great move from Diop.
DJ Diop lays it in, cuts the lead to 1.
And again, just more of the same. Mackay's got to do a better job of locating Wilcher and taking stuff away from him.
Anderson's 3 is off. Walker comes down with the defensive rebound. Now Cedar has it for Mackay. Chris Cedar's 3 is too strong, and Wilcher corrals the rebound. Deep 3 for Baker, that's good. Justin Baker, the shot maker.
Did you hear from any of the Sacramento fans, Johnny, about the name, the new name? Did they like it?
We didn't hear from them, but hopefully the guys are watching in again. Here comes Wilcher now, throws it up for Anderson. He can't finish, but he's fouled there by Gamblin. Bit of contact, and the referees blew the whistle. Townsville bench was ready to blow the roof off on that one. Anderson at the free throw line for 2 shots. Hits the first. Second shot is good as well from Jamel Anderson. Gamblin nearly loses it. He recovers. Beats the backcourt foul, the 8-second call. Walker has it now, looks inside. It's tipped away by Reese. See, Gange going to check in for Mackay. Gambling going to get a breather. Gange, a veteran. He's been in this situation before.
Yeah, and they really need him tonight. And again, he has got really good experience, so he's certainly capable.
Here's Trigar at the elbow extended. He's going to fire a contested too. That's good. I was just, and we said it last night, Trigar takes shots. Sometimes you think it's not a good shot, but it goes in.
Yeah, for him. And again, he just holds the ball high and been doing it a long time.
Crawford nearly threw it away. Baker recovered. Now Wiltshire has it with 6 on the shot clock. His three-pointer is up. It's too strong. Job with the defensive rebound. Cedar. Contact plus the foul. He finishes strong. Chris Cedar going to the rim. He finished the bucket and the foul. Gotta love the aggressive play from Chris Cedar as well, Dave. Like we said, not settling for that jump shot, going straight to the rim.
Yeah, and again, he's such a terrific offensive player that he doesn't need to just come down and shoot the threes. I actually think him being more aggressive and getting 10 foul shots tonight is going to be a really good balance of shooting the open shots, but also attacking Wiltshire and Anderson or PC, whoever's guarding him.
Keegan Tudub's checked in for Townsville. Tudub has been fantastic as well. He was great in game 1. Pass is stolen. Here comes Mackay on the break. Job's footwork leads to a layup. And Mackay takes the lead, 14-13.
Well, this is more like what the Craters after. Mackay with the first lead of the game for them.
Baker.
Another turnover.
That's another turnover there from Anderson, I should say. Here comes Walker pushing the pace. Cedar has it, wing 3 is up, it's short. Offensive rebound, Trigar, he puts it in. Cam Trigar increasing the lead to 3 for Mackay. Offensive foul on Peter Crawford. They're going to get him for the moving screen.
Yeah, good call, the right call. Really big momentum shift here for the Meteors in the last couple of minutes. They're going to see if super sub Betts can come in and do what he did last night. But again, I know Wiltshire's scored most of their buckets, but they have shared the ball around and they have had good looks, just haven't knocked them down.
Betts was phenomenal last night in that game as well. Great energy off the bench. He's the first guard off the bench. Usually we see Brendan McCulley. Now Trigar has it on the block, working against Baker. Steps through, layup attempt is too strong. Tudhope looking to push.
Yeah, good move, and I like the intent of that offense from Mackay.
Baker finds Tudhope, who nearly loses it and recovers. Finds Crawford, who'll step into a 3, that's short. Offensive rebound, Betts, put back is no good. Here's Cedar again in the paint, floater rolls out. And Betts comes down with it. Good board there by Ethan Betts. Finds Baker, but good hustle there by Lucas Walker.
Great job from Walker.
Cam Trigar subbing himself out. Job going to check back in, and much better energy from Lucas Walker and Mackay as a whole in this start of the game.
Yeah, and with respect to young Ethan Betts, he can't guard Chris Cedar. So down this end, again, if Mackay really open up the floor, spread it.
Betts is inside, and he picks up a foul on Chris Cedar. Got really good position there. That's the team's second.
Yeah, just Cedar a bit lazy on that possession. Let him get position. And again, love the effort, and the effort's rewarded with a couple of foul shots.
So Betts at the free throw line now for 2 shots. First one's good.
Harvey's checked in as well, Johnny. I think he can be a key guy too, where he can go and give you 6 of 8 just on being active around the rim. So equally, you want him to be super aggressive and give him a good punch to try and pick up the slack where Bruce is.
Drop again deep inside the paint. Baker, he finishes through the contact. Good physical play inside.
I like it a lot, and I like the Diop. He's got his angry face on.
Hope loses it on the way up, recovers, saves it, but throws it out of bounds. I'm going to say it went off of Mackay.
Well, that was both ends. Super aggressive move from Diop, going straight at Baker, which is awesome. And then down the other end, did a really good job of taking up space as Hope drove, and he lost the ball. And luckily, they got a deflection there, but 15 on the clock for the Heat.
Baker gets a breather. Reese has checked back in for Townsville. Crawford nearly loses it. He recovers. He's working against Harvey. Fadeaway jump shot from Crawford is off. Walker recovers.
Yeah, good defensive set the last couple of minutes from the Heat.
Here's Harvey driving baseline. Reverse layup is off.
Good take.
Good aggressive move. You
Yeah.
got to like it. Wiltshire's going to step into a three. That's off. We talked to Coach Dragar after the game last night, and he said one of the keys to the game was running Wiltshire off the free throw line.
Well, they have.
Three-point line.
Yeah, they did a fairly poor job the first 4 or 5 minutes, but the last few minutes they've done a terrific job. Gange has come in. Walker looks to splash a big three.
Big bucket there for Lucas Walker. Timeout taken on the floor. It's 21-15. Dave, good timeout there by Townsville. Mackay picking up some steam.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good timeout. Everything they did poorly, they've adjusted already tonight. And like we talked about, establishing themselves in the block. That's where they have the advantage. And teams have just got to continue to go with your strengths instead of worrying about your weaknesses. It's punish the strengths. And again, they're doing that so far tonight.
Yeah, good job from Mackay. There's a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. 21-15 the lead for the Meteors over the Heat. The QBL Men's Grand Final Game 2 presented to you by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. Back with you here at McDonald's Mackay Basketball Stadium in Mackay. It's a 21-15 lead for the Meteors over the Heat. Want to give a shout out to Karen and Ash. They're big Mackay basketball fans. They're away in Darwin, or else they would have been here tonight. They are tuning in live and watching the stream. So Karen and Ash, hope the Meteors can get a win for you while you're up in Darwin.
Yeah, much better body language too, Johnny, from the Meteors in this first quarter. Diop comes off and he's telling his guys, we need to talk more this set and continue to build the pressure here.
Crawford has it now, backing in. Fadeaway jump shot is too strong. Cedar comes down with it.
He'll hold for one here. This will be a nice little momentum here if Mackay can get a bucket.
My clock's a little bit ahead of the game clock. There's 12 seconds to go on the game clock. Cedar has it. Goes away from the Harvey screen. Doesn't use it. He's double teamed. He's got 6 to go. Gange now going to fire a 3. It's up. It's good from Gange. Huge bucket there by Gange. The end of the quarter, it hits, and it's going into the quarter time break. 24-15 for Mackay over Townsville. Dave, if you're the Macktown Meteors, you got to be happy with that first quarter performance.
Yeah, great answer. Great answer from the Meteors, and everything that they talked about they needed to fix, they've fixed up. For Townsville, they don't need to be too concerned. They've had good looks, they just haven't made them, and that's just plain and simple. Sometimes you make shots, sometimes you don't. But they do, again, equally, they need to mix it up too. Everything is a jump shot with them. They need to, again, go back to the simple stuff. Establish Baker in the block, and get Wiltshire maybe in some more pick and rolls and make him create. PC's had plenty of shots, but he hasn't made too many.
It'll be interesting to see what adjustments need to be made, but it is the quarter time break. It's 24-15 for Mackay over Townsville. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some stats and the second quarter of action in the men's QBL Grand Finals Game 2 between Mackay and Townsville. Welcome back to McDonald's Mackay Basketball Stadium in Mackay, Queensland, as the Mackay Meteors are up 9 on the Townsville Heat in Game 2 of the Grand Final Series. Dave, let's take a look at some of the quarter-time statistics.
Yeah, certainly, you know, again, good start from everyone and for the Mackay team. Diop's got 6, Tragar's got 6, Chris Cedar's got 6, and then Gange has come and hit a big 3, so they've got a lot of momentum at the moment. The biggest stat for me at the moment is just the field goal percentage, like we talked about. Only shooting 28% for the Heat, so it'll be interesting to see what adjustments they make. But Wiltshire's got 8 points, and that's kind of it so far, Johnny.
Well, you got to get Justin Baker going. If you're the Townsville Heat, he's back on the floor. Well, Townsville comes out with their starting 5.
Yeah, PC 0 for 6.
There's Baker in the corner.
And again, credit.
Looks inside, great look. Anderson flushes it with 2 hands.
And again, credit the Mackay defense other than that particular possession. But they had a really good hand, and they've done a better job of finding PC and really had good contested hands on every shot he's done.
Gange working the double team, gets it to Diop. He's going to fire an elbow jump shot that rolls in and out.
I feel like they can get that whenever they want, Johnny. I'd like to see them do exactly what Townsville did this first set. Move the ball, shift it side to side, get into some action. And then they lost sight of Anderson on the weak side. Here's Baker on a good move. Travel.
Baker shuffled his feet there and turns it over. You see Gamblin getting set to check back in. He's going to check in for Gange.
Well, the Sean Bruce replacements have done a better job tonight than they did last night, which is obviously key. So Gamblin and Gange have got to continue that for the whole 40 minutes if Mackay wants to force Game 3.
And we didn't get a chance to catch up with Sean Bruce, but he is walking around in the booth, so he definitely is not available for the rest of the series. Let's hope his recovery goes well and he'll be back for the NBL season in the Brisbane Bullets. Gamblin's jump shot's off. Offensive rebound, Harvey. Putback, though, is missed. Wiltshire steps through. He's blocked, but they're going to get a foul before on Chris Cedar.
Wow, I didn't see a huge amount of contact. I thought Cedar did a good job of staying in front, and then Ras was right behind him. But obviously, the referee saw something we didn't.
Harvey gave Mackay some good minutes there. Tragar checks back in.
Yeah, a couple of good takes. He just missed them. So, you know, good energy from him. And Mackay's got to stay switched on here too. They can't afford to let Wiltshire heat up again.
Wiltshire goes 1 of 2. It's a 6-point lead for Mackay. We got 8:35 to go in the first half. Here's Tragar at the free throw line working against Reese. Good step through there from Tragar, who finishes.
Textbook post moves from the big man. I think he's giving you the little head shake too. The little he can't guard me head shake that Trigger's been known to do over the years.
Crawford getting to the rim and laying it in. Well, that's what you like to see from Crawford.
Yeah, better from PC. He's got to mix it up. The shot hasn't fallen so far. Great move with the left hand.
There's Tragar on the baseline working one-on-one with Reese. Using the body. Good contest there by Reese. Good defense. And here comes Baker going right at the rim. Layup is good, plus the foul from Justin Baker. That's a good push in transition. A nice lead pass there from Jamel Anderson.
Yeah, Baker leaked out and was rewarded with a good transition bucket.
Diop going to get a breather. Harvey going to check back in.
I don't know if TJ's totally healthy.
Well, he definitely has battled injuries this season.
Yeah.
Whether he's still not 100% or not, we're not sure. Baker hits the free throw. So it's a 3-point game. So Townsville doing a good job chipping away at this lead here. I think the defensive pressure also from Townsville has really stepped up.
Well, they have responded, obviously from the quarter break, where they got the instructions, and defensively, they've made the adjustment.
Harvey fouled on his way to driving the baseline. Nope, basket doesn't count. Fouls on Matty Reese. That's the first team foul for Townsville in the second quarter. Gamblin inbounds it to Harvey. Harvey fouled.
No, that's a good take
by Baker.
That's a good take, and it's a good foul from good foul drawn by Harvey.
Second team foul on Townsville. It's also the second personal on Justin Baker. So Harvey going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Keegan Tudhope going to check in looks like for Justin Baker. So Coach Anderson doesn't want to risk Baker picking up his third personal with so much time left in the quarter.
Well, Baker's unhappy with the call, but it was a good call. As there's a whole lot of talking between the players and the referees.
And the coaches as well.
Oh, yeah, they've been too nice, I think, Johnny. Play the whistle.
Harvey goes 1 of 2. Anderson steps into it. No, he doesn't. He finds Tudhope. Now Crawford's 3 is up. It's good from Peter Crawford. Cuts the lead to 1.
Well, they did a poor job in that rotation. Again, Tudhope has given up the 3 the last 2 weeks that we've watched him. So I'm not going to go out and close out hard on him. I'm going to do a soft closeout, and Cedar's got to stay connected. Great pass.
Harvey's reverse layup is good off the look from Chris Cedar.
Yeah, Cedar's got to stay connected on the defensive end of PC. He doesn't need to help.
Good creativity there from Cedar. Wiltshire finds Crawford on the opposite wing. He uses the pump fake, dumps it on inside. It's nearly stolen. Anderson steps out of bounds, so it's a turnover for Townsville. Substitutions for Mackay. Lucas Blitzav's going to check in, as is Lucas Walker for Rasmussen and Gamblin. Trigar again on the block. Fadeaway jump shot is good. Cam Trigar is taking it back to the old school. Crawford, wing 3, that's too strong. Harvey loses it out of bounds. They're going to say it went off of Anderson, so it's going to stay with Mackay. Alley-oop for Harvey. He puts it down with 2 hands. Another great look there by Chris Cedar.
Yeah, he's had a good connection with Harvey, obviously playing together for a while.
Zone defense from Mackay.
Well, they're going to play a bit more zone tonight as we talk to the coach, but they need to find PC. This is where he got going last night in that third quarter out of the zone. Equally, as long as they rebound, they can look to get this transition.
There's Walker going to the rim and laying it in. Lead is back up to 9 for Mackay.
It's a good group for Mackay now, Johnny. I like this group, especially defensively, where as long as they move and talk, find their guys and rebound.
Wiltshire's 3 is off, but they're going to get Blitzavs with the personal foul. Wiltshire's known for that leg kick out. The bench doesn't like it, and as you can tell, the crowd doesn't like it either, Dave.
No, and I don't know. Gilboy obviously was a bit closer than us, but did look like a bit of a milking effort from Wiltshire.
Wiltshire hits the first. Second one is good as well.
Well, they really needed that. They really needed that, though, Johnny. And again, Wiltshire's really holding them together right now.
Missed the third, though, so it's a 7-point lead, 35-28. Cedar to Harvey on the baseline, over to Trigar, hook shot off the side of the backboard. Hope comes down with it.
Yeah, they just need a bit more patience. That was just a bit rushed. And, you know, they're controlling the tempo of the game so far. So they just need to relax a bit.
Crawford drives baseline, dumps it inside for Reese, who finishes with the left hand. Good look there from Crawford as well.
Yeah, and again, not settling for the jump shot. Had a good rip baseline. And Townsville's equally gone to the zone.
Trigar plus the foul. Good creativity there from Lucas Walker.
That's Reese's third, so he's going to sit now. And like we talked about, getting Reese and Baker in foul trouble was a key to the game.
Baker going to check in, as is McCauley. Crawford going to get a breather, and Reese going to check out as well. Nice aggressive play there, though, by Walker. Again, dribble penetration and finds a cutting Trigar to the rim.
Yeah.
And that's what we said we wanted to see more from Walker. More aggressive, not settling for the jump shot.
Yeah, equally in this zone. Again, if both teams are going to sit in the zone, then if they're smart and they can execute, then that's where you punish the zone. And especially with athletes and experienced guys like Walker and Trigar at the back, where they can poke in, get those little jump shots.
Wilcher, left wing three, rattles home. That's a big bucket there for Josh Wilcher. 38-33 the lead for Mackay with 4:10 to go in the first half. Cedar skips it over to Walker. He thinks about it, then does fire the three, goes in and out. Got to shoot it on the first go.
Absolutely. Again, another quick shot. I'd be looking to move the ball around, swing it around, fatigue this Townsville zone. And again, look to get Cedar with the ball so he can penetrate.
Jamel Anderson uses the pump fake, driving baseline, gets it out to Hope. Three is up. It rolls in and out. Fight for the rebound, goes out of bounds off of Townsville. Gange going to check back in. Looks like he's giving Chris Cedar a breather.
A lot of contact on that rebound.
Townsville thought it went out off of Mackay. Mackay happy with the call. Go figure.
I know. They're 47 support staff / players that they've got on the bench. Up again. They're getting a good workout.
38-33 the lead. 3:30 to go in the first half. Walker nearly lost it. Gange has it. He'll step into a deep three. That's good from Gange. He's shooting the ball with confidence this evening.
Well, and they really need it from him because, you know, we're obviously without Bruce. But if they stay in this zone, I think Townsville's going to be in trouble.
McCauley lost it. They're going to call him for the double dribble.
And down the other end, Johnny the zone's really upset Townsville. They've been out of their flow a bit. Other than Wilcher bailing them out, they've really struggled in this second quarter against this Mackay zone.
Gange running the show with Bruce on the sidelines. Blitzavs gets it to Trigar, drives baseline, gets it out to Gange again. 8 on the shot clock. Now Walker has it. Picks up the dribble, has got to fire a contested three. That's good from Lucas Walker.
Well, he missed Trigar on a good seal. They were the ones where the coaches, you better hit that because you missed me. But that's exactly what they need.
McCauley's three is short. Hope goes right back inside to Baker, misses the layup, then has his rebound stolen by Walker.
Yeah, good job of crashing the glass, but Walker's come to play tonight, which was exactly what they needed, another key steal.
And Trigar on the block working against Baker. Baseline jump shot is too strong.
Well, they need more movement. They got no cutters. They're feeding Trigar, but no one's cutting. They're all just staying there.
Wilcher finds it. Anderson in the corner. Three-pointer is too strong. Mackay gonna slow things down a bit. We're under 2 now. Walker dribbling to the baseline. He's double teamed. Finds a wide open Gange in the opposite corner. That's a 2-pointer. Thought it was a 3, but it's a 2, and the lead is 13 now. Trigar needs a breather in the worst way. There's McCulley driving baseline. Finds out Anderson in the corner. 3-pointer is short. Tipped around. Trigar comes down with it. He finds Harvey leaking. Wiltshire, though, knocks it away. Blitzev has it. Hands it off for Harvey, who's blocked from behind. Yeah. They're going to call a foul. Not sure if that was Tudhope or Anderson. Let's see who the referees give it to.
This is more like the team that has won 3 championships in the last few years. Crowds in the game as well. Almost a complete reverse of last night as Mackay's up 13 in great control of the game. Harvey goes to the line.
Trigar going to get a breather, and Harvey's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Jobs checked in for Coach Trigar.
Well, the coach has earned a good break.
He sure has. Dave, this is the loudest crowd I think we've been a part of throughout this QBL season.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a terrific venue here in Mackay.
Harvey goes 1 of 2. Coach Anderson going to take a timeout, so we'll take one as well. 1:10 to go in the first half. It's a 46-33 lead for Mackay over Townsville in the Game 2 of the QBL Men's Grand Final Series, presented to you by Live Sport Australia and Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to McDonald's Mackay Basketball Stadium in Mackay, Queensland. 1:10 to go in the first half. Mackay is up 14, 47-33 over Townsville. Feels like it should be a lot more than 14, though, with the way that Mackay has controlled this first half.
Well, they haven't. Townsville hasn't played bad per se. They've just missed a couple of shots that they haven't. But this zone has really spooked them in the second quarter.
Under a minute now to go in the first half. Walker has it for Mackay over to Gange. Gange working off a Job screen, finds Job. He's going to fire a long 2. That's good from TJ Job. He's had a great first half as well.
He has. And it's like we said, it's literally a reverse halftime last night, Johnny, 49-35. And almost an exact replica the other way.
Crawford's pass is tipped out of bounds.
Good energy from Rasmussen with a hand. 5 seconds on the clock, on the shot clock. 19 on the game clock here as we close out the second quarter.
Baker going to get a breather. Tudhope checks back in. Anderson inbounds to McCulley. Now Wiltshire has it. He's got 3 on the shot clock. Gets in the paint, throws it up. Can't handle the pass. Ken Anderson. Turnover there for Townsville. So 13 seconds to go in the half. Mackay's going to be able to hold for the final shot.
This is a really big possession for me, Johnny. If Mackay can come in, get another bucket, and the Heat look at the scoreboard and it's 51 or 52, 33, that's a hole to try and work your way out of. Just that psychology of just another big bucket, making it 50. They've only scored 33 for the half.
Cedar working his way in, throws up the floater, it's off. Rasmussen, offensive rebound, loses it, and that's how it's going to finish. It's 49-33 for Mackay at the half. Coach Strigard trying to get the crowd into it. They're into this one. They're locked in from the start, just like the Meteors, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been terrific.
It's been an excellent first half, Dave. Your quick thoughts before we break.
Well, you know, pretty much everything we talked about around the points in the paint and establishing that, and then the defensive focus, getting Walker included, getting Diop included, has been to plan. And the Gamblin Bruce replacement has done a really good job. So Mackay really done a good job. Defensive effort is more like what we expected. They didn't play really well last night with respect to Townsville. Townsville did a good job defensively, but offensively, Mackay just weren't really in their flow, whereas tonight looking much better. And then for Townsville, not too many adjustments. They're making good looks. They just got to make a few buckets, and simply, again, they're just falling in love with the jump shot. So they need to move the ball and include their guys, get PC going, look to get Baker some touches. You know, Baker's only got 4 shots in this first half, which they need more from him.
All right, well, that's the
hasn't scored. 6 points. Sorry, Johnny.
Yeah, so
that's good. Yeah.
End of the first half, 49-33 the score for Mackay over Townsville. It's the halftime. We'll take a break. We'll do some analysis of the statistics. We'll come back and give you an update on the stats plus the second half of action in your QBL Grand Final Series Game 2, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. Welcome back to McDonald's Mackay Basketball Stadium here in Mackay, Queensland. It's halftime. And the Mackay Meteors are up 49-33 over the Townsville Heat, Dave. It was a really good...
They've struggled against this Mackay zone in the second quarter, sorry. I know they still scored 18 points, but they really got bailed out by some clutch buckets in the end. PC hit a couple of big shots and Anderson as well. So, simply for the Heat, trying to establish Baker, only 4 shots, 6 points. Anderson's only got 4 points, 1 of 6. PC and Anderson, as an example, Johnny, are 3 of 15 combined. So, that Townsville will not win if that doesn't improve dramatically.
How do they get them involved more, though, Dave? What was successful last night for Townsville as opposed to tonight?
Well, the zone has really impacted that. Last night, Mackay's zone was shaky because they haven't played a great deal of zone throughout the year in talking to Coach Dragar. So they were kind of on the fly. PC got open, Anderson got open, away you go. Tonight, they've worked on it, they've made the adjustments, they've made some corrections. The Mackay zone's certainly been better. They've rebounded well out of it, and they've pushed the ball in transition and got a few transition buckets that they didn't get last night as well. So, again, really simple for the Townsville to clean up, but they need to have a good game plan, and that is not just falling in love with jump shots. They need a combination of some post presence, hitting the high post, and dribble penetration as well.
All right, well, Dave, there are about 30 seconds to go to the start of the second half. It's a 16-point deficit. Is it too much of a deficit to come back from?
No, you can just play last night's halftime speech from me if you like. It's the same message. Equally, the 9 turnovers was tough for the Heat in the first half. So, they just got to chip away. They've proven they're a really good defensive team. They did the job last night on Mackay. So they just got to chip away, play good D, make some shots down the other end. Happy days.
It's easier said than done. Let's see what Mackay has got. Let's see if they could close out this game and force it to a game 3.
Well, everyone in Mackay is certainly hoping for that, Johnny.
Starting 5 for both teams out on the floor to start the second half. Cedar has it now for Mackay. Fires a wing 3. That's good from Chris Cedar. Picking up where he left off.
Yeah, great sign. And Townsville did a really good job of defending him. They trapped him out of the pick and roll, and he simply just came off and pulled up. Hey, you like me now?
Reese finds Anderson slashing to the bucket for the layup.
Yeah, good screen from Baker to get Anderson open, and a good look from Reese.
Walker's going to fire a 3. That's good from Lucas Walker.
That was another one of those. It better go down shots because he just dribbled it down.
Crowd doesn't like the call. Go figure. We are in Mackay.
Are you saying that they're one-eyed, Johnny?
They're just the home fans. I like it. I like the passion they're bringing. There's a turnover there from Wiltshire. Mackay with an opportunity to increase this lead of 20. Cedar's baseline jump shot is short. It's tipped around, though, and Cedar recovers, fires a 3. That's good.
Oh! Well, he's loving the green light, and he's responded.
That was right in Josh Wiltshire's face, too, Dave.
Wow, that was a heat check and a half.
And then a foul inside. Gamblin battling for a position with Baker.
Well, they've got to be smart now. A couple of early fouls. I like the energy from Gamblin, but he's just got to be smart. They don't want to get the Townsville in foul trouble where they can give him cheap foul shots early on. He kind of got caught with Baker on the baseline, so he had to fight through, but just a bit too much physicality.
Inbounds to Crawford. Feet in the paint. Step back jump shot rolls out.
What do you reckon? Run something for...
Good leak out by Trigari. Misses the layup, though.
Yeah, Cedar's got 6 assists already, and that should have been the 7th one.
Crawford baseline reverse layup is missed. Walker comes down with it. Walker wants him to settle things down, Dave. 23 points the lead here. Mackay can afford to milk some clock. Trigar on the block, working against Reese. Goes right at him. Layup blocked by Reese. Then it's recovered by Crawford. Good defense there by Matt Reese. Anderson dumps it off for Baker, who puts it down with 2 hands.
Yeah, great pass from Anderson.
58-37 now the lead for Mackay. Gange had a great first half. And gets it over to Trigar. Skip pass is stolen by Jamel Anderson. That's one thing Mackay has definitely tidied up, is taking care of the pill.
Yeah, they only had 2 turnovers in the first half, so they did a terrific job.
Baker off the right arm is short, tipped around. Trigar gets down for it.
Well, they're taking a little bit too long to get in their offense.
Cedar through the contact, gets it to fall. Referee's going to stop the clock there to wipe up some sweat on the Mackay defensive end.
Again, terrific start from into this second half from Cedar.
Cedar's fired up, Dave. Mackay, the team, the town, the crowd, everyone's on fire here. They're trying to will Mackay to a game 3. Crawford fires a 3, that's good. It silences the crowd.
Yeah, big bucket from PC. Not a...
Gange inbounds it. Walker's going to fire another 3 that's short. I know they've hit a few, Dave, but you don't want to fall in love with the 3-pointer either.
No, you don't. And again, they haven't moved the ball well in the last couple of minutes. It's just one out shot, and Crawford just walks to the foul, to the rim. Too easy.
Cuts the lead now to 16, 60-44. Townsville's trailing Mackay. Walker on the wing, guarded by Crawford. He steps back, fires another 3 that's short.
Yeah, they need to have a little timeout, have a chat about it. Offensively, Mackay looked really poor the last few minutes. They're just really settling, keeping the ball on one side of the floor.
Crawford turns it over, Cedar comes up with it. He's going to step into a wing 3. That's good from Chris Cedar. Chris Cedar is cooking. Another timeout on the floor to wipe away some sweat on the Mackay end.
PC's going at Gilboy, and the Mackay fans are going at him. I love it. I love the regional hoops, Johnny.
It's fantastic.
Here in Mackay. Great stadiums in both Townsville and Mackay.
Could also work in the reverse and fire Crawford up a bit more too.
Absolutely.
He's capable of getting hot in a hurry.
Or that number 6 for the Heat, he's pretty handy too. And he hasn't scored yet.
There's a 3 from Wiltshire, he answers.
Of course he was going to hit that.
The reverse curse from Derwin. 16 points the lead now for Mackay, 4:40 to go in the third. There's Harvey, leaves his feet, gets it over to Walker. Jump shot is up, that's good from Lucas Walker. Townsville wanted a travel or a turnover there at some point from Harvey. Well, he might have carried it maybe.
Yeah, I didn't have a good look at it. He did bobble it, so.
Baker inside, skips it to Crawford. He's going to step back. Corner 3 is up from Crawford. That's good.
Wow, good defense, better offense. Cedar had a good hand on him, and PC.
Townsville has to get some stops here.
Huge shot.
Offensive foul called. They give that one to Lucas Walker. Coach Tragar going to take a timeout. Dave, let's take a timeout as well. 3:56 to go in the third quarter. It's a 65-50 lead for Mackay over Townsville in Game 2 of the men's QBL Grand Final Series, presented to you by Live Sport Australia and Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to McDonald's Mackay Basketball Stadium in Mackay, Queensland. It's the QBL Grand Final Series between the Mackay Meteors and the Townsville Heat. Game 2 is a 15-point lead with 3:56 to go in the third quarter. Mackay is up 15 over the Townsville Heat, Dave.
Well, they needed a timeout before Walker's offensive because they've been really funky the last couple minutes, really struggling to get anything out of it. They've just got to go back to what was working, establishing the guys in the block, and again, everyone else moving out of it. Just they're a little bit too stagnant offensively in their motion set, Mackay.
Crawford has it. He gets his feet in the paint, finds Anderson. Anderson back inside for Reese, who goes up with the left hand, can't finish. Fights for the rebound. Wilcher comes up with it. Crawford's open for three. It's up. It's good from Crawford.
Well, he likes that corner, and he is single-handedly keeping the Heat in the game at the moment.
He was huge for them in the fourth quarter last night as well.
Yeah, middle penetration's hurting the Heat, the Meteors at the moment.
Walker blocked by Reese. Harvey nearly recovers. Wilcher comes down with it. Nice spin there by Wilcher. He flips it up, gets it. No, he doesn't. He's fouled, though. He's going to go to the line for 2 shots. It rolled in and then rolled out.
Good fight back from the Heat the last few minutes. The 2 big threes from Crawford obviously help, but how that's come about is middle penetration and allowing feet in the paint, kicking it. PC in the corner. Cash.
Wilcher hits the first. How's this crowd, Dave? This noise, I love it. Fans watching on YouTube probably love it because I have a feeling it's drowning us out. So.
Yeah, it is a little bit hard to hear sometimes.
Wilcher goes 1 of 2. Townsville struggled a bit from the free throw line tonight, Dave.
Yeah, they have. They've got there, which has been positive, but they've missed a few, that's for sure.
Walker has it, top of the screen, now for Tragar. Tragar has it, thought about the deep 2, gets his feet at the free throw line, he's blocked from behind by Crawford. But Gaines recovers, he fires a 3, that's good. How good has Matty Gaines been?
Yeah, he's been huge, and again, it's when you've got a bit more time on your hand, good penetration from Tragar, draw and kick, and Wilcher answers straight back.
That's a big bucket there from Wilcher. Lead is 11, 68-57, 2:30 to go now in the third quarter. Bit of a fight back here from Townsville in the third, Dave. Walker gets inside the paint, kicks it out to Gange. There's 6 on the shot clock. He's working against Wilcher. Three-pointer is an air ball.
Well, they can get better than that. Their balance in this offense against the zone needs a bit of work as well. They're not getting guys flashing. They're not getting guys on short corners.
Baker finds Crawford. Corner 3 is in and out. Anderson nearly comes up with it. Walker recovers. Kicks ahead now for Cedar. Cedar goes right at the defense to lay it in. Lead back up to 13 now for Mackay.
Well, Ganger's got to do a better job here, Johnny, of when Wilcher gets rid of it, he just simply can't let him catch it again.
Reese throws up the teardrop, can't get it to fall. Trigar comes down with the rebound. Cedar working on Anderson, gets around him, throws up the floater, can't get it to drop. Crawford comes up with it. Now Crawford's pushing, he's got a 3-on-2. Kicks it ahead to Anderson, thought about the jump shot, pulls up his dribble. Now Wilcher gets inside, a lot of contact, that's a foul. And a hard one at that. Crawford gets in the face of Walker. Fourth team foul for Mackay.
Yeah, he's a tough character, Wilcher. He's been super impressive. Again, we often call the Southeast games, Johnny, so we don't see the Northern teams all that much. But we've called the last couple of Wilcher games, and he's been terrific.
Yep, you can understand why a lot of chatter about Wilcher being an MVP candidate as well for the QBL season. If you had to pick an MVP of the Grand Final Series at this stage right now with a minute 11 to go in the third quarter of Game 2, it'd have to be Wilcher.
Yeah, he would have to be at the moment.
70-59 now. Can Townsville get a stop here and cut the lead to single digits potentially? And then Harvey gets called for an offensive foul. Hope was up and in. That puts Mackay in the penalty.
The Blitzabs has the assignment here now with Wilcher. Got a bit more length.
Wilcher skips it to Anderson. Anderson now over to Crawford, uses the pump fake, steps into a wing three that's too strong. Hope though, offensive rebound. Crawford gets it back, a lot of contact. Now Anderson, he'll fire a different three. It's an air ball, goes out of bounds. Let's see who they call it off of. They're gonna say it went off of Justin Baker. McCulley's gonna check in for Justin Baker. And Harvey's gonna get a breather. Rasmussen's gonna check back in.
Well, Baker going and getting a bit of a breather. But only 6 shots for him tonight, Johnny, and he's really important to this Heat group.
Trigar working against Hope. Jump shot's good.
Good settler from Coach Trigar there. That was what they needed, and that's what he brings, just that poise.
Townsville going to hold for the final shot. Wilcher working against Blitzabs, fires a three. It's too strong. Trigar comes down with it. If they hurry, they might get a shot off. Cedar throws up a deep one. It's no good, and that's the end of the quarter, and it's a 13-point lead for Mackay, Dave, over Townsville. A really nice fight back there for Townsville. They've got it to within a manageable 13. What are your thoughts of that third quarter?
They did. I think they won the third by 3, Johnny. So a really good fight back. Equally, they got PC going, good penetration. They hit some shots. And then for Mackay, offensively, I thought they were a bit ugly for most of that third quarter. So they did a good job to only lose the third by 3 quarters. Trigar checked back in late, and that's when they established a bit more structure. What they need is that there's a bit too much watching going on from Mackay. They get a post feed, everyone's just sitting there. You know, if they're a Gange or a Rasmussen or so forth, they get guys, they need cutters moving through and at least creating some opportunities, because the split line D in that zone from Townsville is really sagging and packing the paint, and obviously they got to help on a Trigar or so forth, and so that kicks on if it's on, or equally that first cutters is open. I think they can punish Townsville that way.
Let's see what Mackay's got. It's the end of the quarter. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with some stats in the final quarter of action on your QBL Men's Grand Final Game 2 presentation by Live Sport Australia and Nothing But Net Media. Mackay Basketball Stadium, 74-59 the lead. Cedar just hit a quick 2.
Well, Wilch has gone to the bench, Johnny, to get a spell, and automatically they've struggled to get a look. Anderson had a turnover the first time, and then a bad offensive set. Crawford rushing it, luckily bailed out from Baker hitting the glass, and he's got to do that. I mean, he's only got 6 shots, so he's got to go to the glass and go make something happen for the Heat. Get a spark going.
Knocked out of bounds off of Townsville, so it's going to stay with Mackay. Cedar has it now working against Anderson. Leaves his feet. Cedar's fouled, and Jamel Anderson going to pick up a personal. Going to send Chris Cedar to the line for a couple free throws.
Well, he worked really hard, and Anderson did a great job of staying down, but did fall for the last move.
Cedar misses the first.
So when Wilcher goes to the bench, they're going to be more in that motion series for Townsville. And you know, similar game plan. They got to try and get Baker some points.
Cedar missed them both.
And they do that by playing more of a team. So they need to move the ball here, get it side to side, make some simple screens. Baker flashes.
Baker, hook shot is no good. They're going to get him for the travel.
Yeah, correct call. And then Wilch gets a pretty short break.
It's interesting, we saw Ethan Betts early last night and then early tonight. Haven't seen much of him. Coach Anderson going with that more veteran presence with McCauley.
Yeah, well, even tonight he came in, he checked in, made a offensive rebound.
Walker's baseline jump shot's too strong. Anderson lost it, now it's with Cedar. Cedar finds Blitzavs open for 3. It's good from Lucas Blitzavs.
Huge shot, and again, the boys in black hitting the glass and just with that extra energy and effort, creating offensive rebound.
Crawford's wing 3, that's up, it's too strong, it's tipped. Rasmussen comes down with it.
Gee, night and day compared to last night's performance.
Inside, Harvey blocked by Anderson. He throws it away though. Cedar recovers. Now Blitzavs, opposite wing 3, that's good. Lucas Blitzavs back-to-back threes, increasing the lead to 19 for Mackay. Baker's baseline jump shot is too strong, and Walker corrals the rebound.
Yeah, just another quick shot from Townsville.
Walker loses it on his way up. They're going to say it went off at Townsville. Reese checks in for Tudhope.
Always amazing how teams make the different adjustments one night to the next. And PC gets tacked up.
Look at Cam Tregar get this crowd into it. Crawford trying to get himself and his team fired up.
Well, that's why you battle hard all year in order to get home court, especially for these northern teams where, you know, they're rowdy, raucous venues.
Cedar hits the free throw. So the lead back out now to 24 Mackay with 7:13 to go in the game.
Well, Cedar's had himself a game. 24 points, 6 assists already.
Walker lost it out of bounds.
They've done a good job with the turnovers. That's only the 7th turnover for the Meteors tonight.
Definitely taking care of the pill, looking after it.
And equally, Townsville's been okay, but they've had a couple of sloppy ones.
Kick ball there by Chris Cedar, so it's going to reset the shot clock. We're under 7 minutes to go now, and it's a 20-point deficit for Townsville. Foul there on Lucas Blitzavs. Wilcher was cutting. Blitzavs got him with the body. Sean Bruce, nearly as active in the moon boot as he is in the game, hopping around. He's coaching tonight. Crawford's three is too strong. Baker offensive rebound. Goes right at the defense, and he's fouled hard by Lucas Walker. Going to send Baker to the line for 2 shots.
Great job again. Baker just competing. Going to the glass, picking it up, taking it strong. Just not enough of that so far for the Heat. And again, just like last night, they've dug themselves a mighty hole in the grand final in a really tough place to win. Down 20.
Baker hits the first one. Clock is definitely not friends with Townsville at this point. Baker hit them both. Lucas Blitzavs running the point.
Well, they've come out of the zone now, and I think they've needed to man up and see what they can do on the one-on-one.
Betts comes up with it after Walker misses, and then there's a foul called. It's a reach-in foul. Let's see who they give this one to. Could be Rasmussen or Cedar. Going to give it to Cedar. Third team foul for Mackay. Betts has it now. He's back on the court.
You've got to credit the Meteors tonight, Johnny, with their defense, because Townsville's offensive execution last night was terrific.
Betts throws up a wild one that goes out of bounds. Had Crawford open on the wing. Crawford, wanted that one.
Yeah, I think they miss Reese as well. And that's just a little bit of inexperience from Betts, which is why, again, this NBL caliber group from Mackay with key guys who've been there, done that.
Betts comes up with the steal, though. He's pushing up. Finds Wilcher, uses the pump fake, gets open for 3. It's short. Crawford, though, strips it away from Walker, and Baker recovers. He'll step into a top of the key 3 that's too strong. Tipped around, and Betts comes down with it again. Betts, little floater's good. Timeout taken here from Coach Tregar, Dave, so we'll take one as well. 5:40 to go in the game. It's 81-65 for Mackay over Townsville. The QBL Men's Grand Final Game 2 presented to you by Live Sport Australia and Nothing But Net Media. Back with you at McDonald's Mackay Basketball Stadium here in Mackay, Queensland. It's a 81-65 lead for Mackay over Townsville. There's a timeout taken there by Mackay, Dave. Is it too little, too late for Townsville at this point?
Well, no, it's not. They've got guys like Wilcher and PC who can get buckets quick, so they're okay. They just need to get stops like the last couple times. They've gone out of the zone. They're back to man. A little bit more accountability. One-on-one, where they need to stand up if they want to host the championship trophy. They need to defend. So there's still an opportunity tonight. And the only way they're going to do it is by this end getting stops and then running out and getting some good buckets.
Walker going hard. He's nearly blocked by Baker. Blaker definitely affected that shot, though. Betts on the court. He's got the pill for Townsville. Inside Anderson, layup is good.
Well, that's what they need. Anderson to give him some more buckets. He's got 10 points now. Betts with a nice find. Again, they're chipping away. Momentum certainly with the Heat.
Lead is cut to 14 now. Blitzavs gets it to Trigar on the block. He's double teamed. Lucas Blitzavs' three-pointer is short. And Betts looking to pick up the pace. His pass is stolen by Rasmussen. Reese loses it, and Cedar comes up with it.
Yeah, that's where the young fellas got to calm down. They've just done a good job the last couple minutes of getting back in the game. They don't need an easy one.
Trigar now, again working against Reese, one-on-one, uses the body. Fadeaway jump shot, rolls in and out. Offensive rebound, Walker puts it in with the reverse.
And that's what they need, Johnny. They need Walker, exactly what he should have done. That's a textbook. Post feed equals dive action. Walker down the pipe, picked up an offensive rebound.
Blocking foul there on Lucas Blitzavs. Fourth team foul on Mackay. It's the fourth personal against Blitzavs as well. Rasmussen gets a breather and Jop checks in. Just about 4 minutes to go now. There's a foul inside. That's the 15th foul, so that's going to put Mackay in the penalty. It's against Jop.
Yeah, tough call. A little bit of to and froing. Again, as long as it's consistent, you can't complain. So if they allow the same thing down the other end, no problem.
Baker hits the first. 4 minutes to go in the game. 15-point leads. Mackay's in the penalty, Dave. That's a big call there.
It is, and that's certainly going to help. But unless they're getting stops down this end, then they're in trouble. PC comes back for obviously offensive purposes.
Crawford checks in now for Anderson.
He led them with that run to get him back in the game, Johnny, but he is 6 of 20 for the game.
He's got the Lucas Walker assignment. Ethan Betts, though, squaring up with Chris Cedar. Got his hands on it there, did Betts. Trigar has it, long two is up. It's too strong. Betts kicks ahead to Baker. Baker goes up and lays it in. Well, that's the lead now to 12.
Yeah, for Mackay, they haven't executed well in this fourth quarter. I know they've had a big lead, but offensively, just keep it simple. Move the ball, get it into that guy's hands, good things happen.
Well, Cedar missed that one. Now Townsville has an opportunity to cut it to 10, maybe even 9 with the three-pointer. Wiltshire step back three, it's off.
Well defended.
Walker, big defensive rebound there.
And again, Blitzavs, he's done the best job on Wiltshire of the weekend, Johnny. I think for tomorrow, if that's the decider, which it's looking like,
Trigar shoots an air ball.
That's the matchup that most benefits Mackay.
Wiltshire loses it. They're going to get him for the travel. Good defense there by Mackay. They backed off. Townsville going to go back to the bench. Anderson comes on for Crawford. Bit of offense, defense there, Dave.
Yeah, they need him in the game, plain and simple. Betts has done a good job, but you need PC in the game.
Gange going to get set to check back in. Cedar running things for Mackay here. They're up 12. We're under 2:30 to go now. Cedar working against Reese. Dumps it off for Walker, who puts it down with 2.
Great penetration, better patience.
Baker tries to find Reese. It goes out of bounds off of the hands of Lucas Walker.
You know, you've got to give Mackay a huge amount of credit tonight. They got their tail kicked last night. They've come back. Their best player, I can call Bruce the best player.
I think
He's
so.
the best player in the league this year. You know, losing the best player, that just hurts your psyche. And they've done a great job of bouncing back tonight. And you would think they're going to hold on to tie the series up.
Well, it's under 2 now. The deficit is 12 for Townsville. Trigar nearly loses it. He recovers, gets it out to Job. Jump shot is good from TJ Job. He's had the Jimmy working tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't played a huge amount of minutes. Only 20 minutes for the game, but they need him.
Baker's 3 is too long. Anderson offensive rebound. Putback is off.
And exactly just like that, defensively, he's done a really good job tonight, contesting shots, putting his body on the line. And here, Cedar's just got to milk the clock a little bit.
Foul called on Ethan Betts. That's the 13th foul, Ethan Betts' first one. Trigar checks out.
The coach takes a much-deserved high five from his crew. He's tied it up. Trigger one more game closer to yet another championship.
And then Reese fouls Harvey, so that's the 4th team foul for Townsville with 1:20 to go in the game, down 14. That's Reese's 4th personal. Gange getting set to inbound. Gets it inside to Cedar, and then they get Betts for the body foul. And that's going to put Townsville in the penalty and going to send Chris Cedar to the free throw line for 2 shots. Lucas Walker going to check out for Blitzavs. Walker had a great game tonight, Dave. He was pretty quiet last night. He came back and responded in a really positive way for Macktown.
Yeah, and he did, and it wasn't just a bit of production offensively with the points. He finished with 17 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, a couple steals, but he had probably 4 or 5 deflections. So, you know, he did exactly what they bought him for tonight. As did Cedar, 26 points at a really good clip, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, and again 4 steals. He was great last night.
Yeah, Cedar started off really well, and I thought he set the tone for Mackay in this one. Anderson's 3 is way off. Mackay gets the rebound. They're going to bring it under a minute now, and they're up 15. Gange's shot missed. Wiltshire now has it over to Betts. Betts' pass is nearly lost. Baker recovers though. He'll fire a corner 3. That's an air ball. Blitzavs comes up with it for Mackay. Listen to this crowd, Dave. I'm going to keep quiet, let you soak it in. Matt White checking in. Max Murray and Fig going to check in and bring the clock down to 0 for Townsville. Huge response from Mackay in this one, Dave. They're going to win this one. You couldn't ask for a better performance from Mackay. They wore out Townsville right from the start, the opening jump.
Yeah, they did.
So it's a final now, 91-73 the score, and we're going to game 3 tomorrow, Dave.
That's what the fans are after. And again, great comeback from Mackay. Their inspirational leaders out. 1-1. Doesn't mean anything the last 2 nights. Back to the drawing board for both coaches. Game on tomorrow.
What were the key adjustments for Mackay in this one to come out with such a big win?
Well, I think their effort and energy was better, and so that was a big part of it. Defensively, they were better. They communicated better. Their body language is better. Last night, they were really off, and Townsville's body language was terrific. So, for me, today for Townsville, they just got taken out of their offense a little bit. Execution, their ability to execute struggled, and the 16 turnovers killed them.
And Dave, Townsville, they have to regroup. Where do you think they need to improve to wrap up a grand final win tomorrow?
Well, just shake off today. It doesn't matter. And you go back. You look at Friday night's tape, and you go, let's replicate that again. Offensively, they were crisper. They moved the ball side to side. They got Baker touches. There was a physicality to Baker, establishing himself in the block, and they played out of it better. So they can clean it up. But defensively, they got to do a better job of letting Mackay have 91 points. And tonight, Mackay's role players, they did their thing, hitting big buckets. Harvey was good and Gange was good. They all played their role. Again, Diop was great in limited minutes. So looking forward to a great game tomorrow.
Well, this QBL series, this whole season has been a really tight affair, Dave. It's going to come down to one game and one game only in the men's competition. Great performance by Mackay. It was a great team effort, like you said, and their veteran players stepped up and really set the tone early, and then everyone else stepped up to the plate as well. Townsville, they fought valiantly. They had their moments. They just weren't consistent enough in Game 2 for me, but I'd set things up for an exciting Game 3 and a finale tomorrow.
Well, I like what I'm seeing here from Coach Anderson. He's having a chat to some of his Townsville peeps, and he had a smile, which is a really good sign for me because he needs to just dust it off and come back tomorrow. They know they've done the work. They didn't play as well as they needed to tonight, and tomorrow's a new game. If he was storming around and cranky and angry, then I think it could have been really bad news for Townsville with their group compared to this experienced Mackay group. So really good sign from Coach Anderson, and tomorrow it's on.
Final score was 91-73. Dave, let's take a quick walk through the final stats before we wrap things up.
Well, Gange terrific, 11 points. Walker 17. Chris Cedar 26. Trigger finished with 15. 6 from Harvey. 6 from Lucas Blitzabs, and 10 from TJ Diop. So they all, the perfect box score from the Mackay boys. For the Heat, Anderson struggled a bit offensively. Only finished with 10 points. Wilch didn't. I don't think Wilch scored in the fourth. I'd have to check, but he had 23, I thought, at the third quarter. So that's interesting. Not much else from them other than 16 from PC and 16 from Baker. So overall, they just need a little bit more. I mean, they only shot 38% from the floor. So they did a good job of getting to the foul line too. So sometimes the stat sheets don't line up, but they don't have a huge amount to do in order to fix it up and be competitive tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow the Game 3 will be live for you on the Basketball Queensland YouTube channel at 2 p.m. It's a 91-73 win for Mackay over Townsville in Game 2, so don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the grand finale. It's one game. Whoever wins is going to be your champion. Well, that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. I got to thank Chris Sieber on the camera. I got to thank Dave Derwin in the commentary for me. I also want to thank James Bowman down in Sydney from Australian Sports Network for his support on the graphics and the technical aspect of things. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We'll be live at 2 p.m. on Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia.